What's up? It's Tom. Thanks for being here. We are focusing on these dudes in the minor leagues like we do here on the channel, starting off with Fort Myers because we have a beautiful walk-off home run on the first pitch of the bottom of the 10th inning. Brandon Winokur, teenage sensation for the Mighty Mussels, hits a walk-off home run, and just all the feels come out. This is a guy... Gotta be gassed, 19 years old, playing his first full professional season, and is hitting his stride in August here, just playing out of his mind. One of the youngest guys on the team, and is talked about as a leader, a guy who doesn't turn 20 until February, and is being talked about as a leader on this team. Just very impressed with Brandon Winokur this year. Here he is on the front end of a double steal of home. That was... Interesting call. He looked out on the call, but didn't take a close look. And then Winokur swipes third off the pitcher. This guy also is just always dirty. Brandon Winokur is always, no matter if he's playing center or shortstop, he's always dirty. Love it. They tried it again, another double steal in the same inning. Winokur did get thrown out there. And they get on that one a weird play because I thought that the catcher might have blocked the plate on that one, which we've got those new rules, but whatever. I was just happy to see that Winokur came out of that one healthy. He mentioned this play in his post-game interview, too. He mentioned he had something to make up for, and it was this error here he made. He made some plays at shortstop, though, did Winokur. Another big thing we would usually have led with was Kala'i Rosario was back. He's been out since June 9th, with an elbow injury, so he is rehabbing back with the Mighty Mussels, and he had a 2-homer game. So this is a guy kind of who's, in some regard, flown under the radar, kind of fallen off the map a little bit because he's been hurt and so many guys have emerged. But remember, this was the 2023 Midwest League MVP, Kala'i Rosario. So just shows how deep this system is. And then Billy Amick also hit a home run for the Mighty Mussels, his third as a pro. He was the Twins' second-round pick, 60th overall in this year's draft class. He's got a 786 OPS, so far. This is Logan Whitaker making his professional debut, 19th round pick out of NC State. Guy who stands 6'6", topped out at 94 miles per hour tonight. So I just want to show he got his first strikeout there, 3 straight strikes. Great night for the Mighty Mussels. We'll talk a little bit more about Winokur, but Walker Jenkins hit an opposite field home run. Not the hardest hit ball you'll ever see, but how many 19-year-olds can you see muscle a ball out the other way like that? Unfortunately, this game was ended early on a rain delay and was only 6 innings. Here's Kalen Culpepper, the update I have for him. He got drilled in the stomach, but got some revenge in the first inning by stealing second base, so he stayed in the game. That was good to see. Moving on over to St. Paul. And Carson McCusker got his first home run since being promoted up to St. Paul, so his first AAA home run of his career. Congratulations to Carson McCusker there. His 16th of the season. And it's so fresh he doesn't have the name on the back of his jersey yet. And just want to call out that Brooksley played shortstop for 7 innings, I believe it was 6 or 7 innings. So he is working his way back to the Twins, not playing quite full games yet, but we should see him with the Twins before too much longer. Again, on Brandon Winokur, this is a guy, like I said, a teenager playing his first pro season, playing 6 days a week for the first time in his life, really. And you would think he'd be running out of gas by now, but he has been awesome this month. You see that slugging percentage going from his time through July, sub 400, to 561 so far this month. He has almost as many home runs this month as he did entering this month, and his strikeout percentage has dropped compared to earlier in the year. Now, that whole stretch from the beginning of the season through July, he had some ups and some downs even then, but it's been really, really rewarding to watch this guy develop as the year has gone on, and obviously kind of grow as a person too, and can kind of become someone who is sort of a leader on that team. You can kind of tell that he's especially well liked by the guys. It's always hard to say that from the outside looking in, but just the way that his teammates react to him. And he just seems like a fun guy to be around. I'm really excited of what's to come. He was really regarded as a very raw prospect, and I think this I would bet you even the Twins are pretty blown away with what he's done this year. 13 home runs, that's as many home runs as led the Mighty Mussels last year. Those are Rubel Cespedes. And you don't see a lot of teenagers hit for a lot of power in the Florida State League. The stadiums there are bigger than most minor league stadiums. He had that massive 3-homer game earlier this month. Obviously, that's doing some heavy lifting in these numbers for sure. But still, the K rate especially is something where you can't just point to a big game or whatever. He's just been really impressive. We will talk some about the Twins game tonight. I don't want to talk. This is all I have prepared is the line score. So I don't feel like talking a ton about it. I don't want to talk about Monday's loss either, but the Twins have lost both of their first 2 games here against the Braves. Tonight, the Twins come out and they look terrible. Coming out, they fall down 4-0. They tie it back up in the bottom of the ninth, score 4 unanswered runs, only to just look terrible in the top of the 10th, give up 4 runs. Answer that with 2 runs, getting the go-ahead run to the plate. So just, it's really hard to take any kind of positives right now because it's so fresh and it sucks. But, they could have just lost 4-0 and done absolutely nothing. I am really impressed with the fight that this team has shown. Obviously, lately, there was a stretch there where they were winning games, being so shorthanded. Now, they've been losing quite a bit, but I still like the way they came out tonight and fought through and again scored 6 runs in the final 4 innings. Never gave up, kept pushing. There's not a column in the standings for moral victories, unfortunately. So, that only goes so far. It sucked to see Duran, get knocked around in the top of the 10th inning there. There's more things we can point at that weren't great, but I just think, it's great that the Twins have such a cushion in the wild card because I don't feel like we have to react too strongly to any individual loss right now. But I just think it's really hard to expect this team to perform all that well without Carlos Correa and Byron Buxton and Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan got placed on the 60-day IL, so he's for sure not coming back this regular season. Those are their 3 best players this year, Correa, Buxton, and Joe Ryan. You take the 3 best players off any team, and it's going to be kind of tough. I mean, this isn't a bad team without those 3, but it's hard for me to muster a lot of positivity about how things might go. And so anytime they're winning, I'm just kind of taking that like found money right now at this point without those guys. And, when they're losing, it's like, well, hopefully Correa and Buxton will be back before too long. We haven't got a lot of injury updates about those guys, but honestly, if you want my read on the team right now, it is kind of that, and that maybe sound like a cop-out, like basically all these losses, I'm just kind of brushing aside, but I'm just being completely honest with you. I don't have a ton of expectations for this team at the moment without those guys. So the good news is although we don't have a lot of concrete info on Buxton or Correa, they haven't been moved to the 60-day IL or something. Joe Ryan, we got some, we knew it was not likely he was going to pitch, but we got absolute concrete info on him now. Hopefully Buxton and Correa will be back at one point, and I do think that is going to change a lot because it's not just you're getting those guys back, you're also then going to be able to move a lot of other guys who are not necessarily playing out of position, but you're relying on way more than you usually would, or in situations you usually wouldn't. So it's just going to have a domino effect of positivity. Anyway, back to the important stuff, the minor league, the prospects, right? That's what we're here for. Here are the notable hitting performances. Deshaun Kersey Jr. had another 3-hit game. Tanner Schobel had a multi-hit game. Walker Jenkins, just kind of wanted to call out that he has a 797 OPS with the Colonels now. So it looks like he's definitely ending the year on a high note. Again, the minor league season's winding down here. Kala'i Rosario with the 2-homer night. How awesome is it that he made it back before the end of the year and is getting in some games, trying to return to Wichita, of course, where he has been stationed while healthy this year. On the pitching side, the Saints had a bullpen game, but Ryan Jensen Was throwing the ball. He's got good stuff, and if you catch him on the right day, he looks really good, and today he looked really good. Travis Adams, the Twins minor league pitcher of the week, threw 5 shutout innings. Twins lose. Colonels lose in that rain-shortened game, but the Saints, Surge, and Mussels all win. Thank you so much for checking this one out. A little channel update. Things are kind of crazy for me the rest of this week. This might be my only video of the week. Maybe I will have some, so that's not set in stone, but just in case, I don't want you to worry about me or anything. Might be a while before we have another video here, so thanks for watching. Go Twins. I'm not giving up on them. I know I said I'm not expecting much, but I'm not completely giving up on them. So, we'll see how things progress from here, and hopefully they get healthy again soon.